What's going on, everybody? We are back at another flip. In this video, I'm gonna go over the eviction process here in Nevada, what to expect, and stuff to really watch out for that could get you in a lot of trouble if you don't do it the right way. We're also gonna go over how to not be a cheapskate flipper and actually be cost effective and save money, but at the same time put out a really good product. So super excited. We actually did one in this particular neighborhood already, the Giles flip, the one with the secret goop that was in the bathroom. That was actually in this same neighborhood. So very surprising. It's a very nice neighborhood on the exterior, but this house needs all the work that it can get. Let's go check it out and break down the process. So believe it or not, this is not a storage unit. This is actually the one-car garage of this property. They obviously left behind a good amount of stuff. We had to do an eviction on this one. So basically the situation was the realtor reached out to us. She said the owner of the house was letting his son stay here, but the son, he was disabled and he just had a bunch of people living in the property too. So the son was gonna move out, but we were in charge of evicting all of the friends and acquaintances that were living here. So sure enough, we took it on. Kind of a little bit risky, but we took it on. We filed what is basically a unlawful detainer here in Las Vegas, which is a 5-day notice when they don't have a lease in place and they are not paying rent, which they were not. So very easy to evict somebody when they're not paying rent and there's no lease, should be. So we filed the 5-day notice, and then in 5 days, basically it goes to the courts. Then it takes about a week or so to try to get them out. So all in all, with everything, it probably took us about 20-ish days to get everybody out of here, and they left us behind all of these presents. So this is what the interior looks like right here. Let's go check out the inside of the house. So we came here with the constable. We ended up getting the lockout, and they had this huge deadbolt on the door. I did not think we were gonna get in, but there's at least like 8 people living here. When I first walked this, probably 3 people or so. They were just multiplying. There's so many of them. And all the people just kind of walked down single file down the stairs. They were out. But one thing to watch out for in Nevada, if you are doing evictions, is no matter how bad the tenant was, you have to allow them to grab their stuff if they were locked out by the constable. So you need to give them 30 days. You need to give them 1 day within those 30 days to come in and grab their stuff. So usually what we'll do is when we do an eviction, we'll reach out to them via text. We'll get all their numbers and we'll say, hey, grab your stuff. Let me know. If not, shoot me a text over text that you don't want it and I can trash it. If that's the case, then at that point they can't really say anything because they allowed you to trash it. But if they say, hey, I want the stuff, you have to legally allow them to, grab the stuff. So just a heads up, evictions, tricky. If you know what you're doing, not as tricky. As you guys can see, they, like I said, left it in rough shape. I mean, the house was just in tough shape. Everything is full replacement. One thing that my contractor did say when we walked this thing is, let's paint these cabinets. And that goes off of the, what we were talking about, don't be cheap, be cost effective. Just painting the cabinets in this property would be cheap. As you guys can see, it needs work. Like the cabinets are not in really good shape. So painting them would not be beneficial for us when we got buyers walking in. If a buyer walks in, they see that the house is fully remodeled, but the cabinets are painted, they automatically think, these guys are cheap, and we're at a disadvantage for somebody that has a fully remodeled kitchen. So this is not something you want to skimp out on. You definitely want to spend your money here. We'll probably spend an extra $4,000 or so on this particular kitchen versus painting it, but we're going to get all that money back whenever we get a buyer much faster than buyers continually walking in and just being disappointed that we skimped out. One thing that you can be cost effective on is something like the paint. If you want to save costs, you can do a more affordable paint type that if the buyer walks in, they're not just going to say, oh man, this is a $60 paint versus a $90 paint. Like they're not going to notice that, but they will notice cabinets. So you got to pick and choose your battles. You know what I mean? You want to stick within the budget, but you also want to make sure you put a very good impression on the buyer when they walk in. When they walk in, they got to feel like, wow, this is a house for me. This is something I want to buy. That's the key to flipping. It's like, you got to stay in budget, but obviously, not be a complete cheapskate. As you guys can see, we'll kind of make it up the stairs. The guys already started working in here. So all the carpets and stuff, they were here a couple days ago. Now, obviously they are not, but This place is rough. They had basically like a Hot Wheels collection or something like that, like little cars, and they put them on nails all throughout the house. So every little inch of this particular property has nail holes just everywhere. So that's a lot of drywall work. Unfortunately, you know, you gotta repair it, you gotta patch it, you gotta mud it. It's expensive and that's an additional cost, but it's all good. We'll, you know, get to it. It's not a really big house. This house is roughly 1,300 square feet, 3 bed, 2 bath, or 1.5 bath, and it has that 1 car garage. So something like this in Vegas, we'll probably retail this around like somewhere between the 380 to 400 mark. We just did a 1,400 square foot with a 2 car garage, same neighborhood. We sold it for 430. So that's kind of how the prices work when you have smaller garage, smaller square footage. But as you guys can see, I mean, this place is overall just full gut everything. You can tell when people just are renters usually versus owners because you get stuff like this. Drywall repairs all throughout. We're gonna do fans in all the bedrooms. Every single door in this property is damaged. We don't like to replace the doors, but we have to in this one because they're all busted. And overall, I mean, like I said, this neighborhood is really, really good. It's very surprising that we have 2 houses within like a 2-month span in the same neighborhood. The exteriors are nice. It's an HOA neighborhood. Everything's well manicured. And then the inside is just like, so we'll start working on this one. It'll probably take us roughly 5 weeks. Week 1 is usually gonna be our demo phase. We're gonna start doing all of our rough electrical, all of our rough plumbing. Then we're gonna start, you know, doing paint. Then we're gonna start doing flooring, getting all the fixtures in here. It's gonna start looking a lot better. So I'm super excited for, you know, how this is gonna turn out. The last one did well. I think we sold that one within like 10 days on the market, which is really good. The market is a little weird right now, so anytime you could sell anything fast, big thumbs up. And yeah, I'm just super, super excited. Hopefully it was very helpful for you guys eviction-wise. If you guys have evictions here in Vegas or just anywhere that you guys need help with, we're not experts by any means, but we've done our fair share. We can definitely help you guys out. And if you guys are doing remodels or, you know, have a house that needs some work and you don't know where to spend the money, let me know. I'm happy to, you know, run you guys through exactly what is the best return on investment versus, you know, don't spend money on that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a quick one. The better video is gonna be once this thing is done in a couple weeks. But make sure you guys subscribe, like this video. I really appreciate everybody watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.